The drama in Love and Hip Hop Atlanta has officially reached a boiling point, and this time, it's Yandy versus Jessica. With Karlie Red and Jasmine jumping right back into the chaos that fans thought was finally over. What started as a calm girls' night event spiraled into an explosive, all-out war that left cast members shaken, security scrambling, and producers completely blindsided, according to insiders on set. Tension had been brewing for weeks between Yandy and Jessica over loyalty, business deals, and some serious behind-the-scenes shade. But no one expected Karlie and Jasmine to reignite their feud in the middle of it all, turning one argument into a full-blown brawl. Witnesses say the shouting started when Jessica threw a slick comment about Yandy trying to act like the boss of everybody. Karlie jumped in to defend Yandy. Jasmine clapped back, and before anyone could blink, drinks were flying, wigs were pulled, and the entire table flipped over. Security rushed in as producers yelled, "Cut!" But the cameras were already rolling. And from what's been leaked, this might be the wildest episode of the season. Fans online are calling it vintage LHHATL chaos and speculating that this fight might permanently fracture the cast's alliances. So what triggered Yandy's breaking point? Why did Karlie and Jasmine go at it again after swearing they'd moved on? Because when pride, power, and paychecks collide, there's no such thing as peace in Atlanta. When the episode opens, the atmosphere seems calm to calm. Yandy Smith has gathered the ladies for what she called a healing brunch. Her goal: to put an end to all the recent tension tearing through the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta circle. But if there's one thing fans know by now, it's that peace never lasts long when Karlie Red, Jasmine Ellis, and Jessica Dime are sitting at the same table. The event was held at one of Atlanta's most luxurious rooftop lounges, complete with gold decor, soft R&B playing in the background, and an open bar that was already making tempers a little lighter or maybe a little sharper. Yandy looked stunning in a cream jumpsuit, smiling like a peacemaker ready to fix the world. But behind that calm smile, she already knew some of these women weren't here to make peace. They were here to make noise. The first signs of trouble appeared within minutes. Jessica arrived fashionably late, rocking pink hair and designer shades, her energy already loud before she even sat down. "What's this? A reunion? Or an intervention?" She smirked, sliding into her seat. Yandy kept her composure. "It's just a conversation, sis. We've all been through too much. Let's talk like women." But Karlie, sipping her mimosa, wasn't having it. Talk like women. "Girl, you tried to air out Jasmine last week, and now you talking about peace." That line was like throwing gasoline on a fire. Jasmine, who had been scrolling through her phone pretending not to care, looked up instantly. "Excuse me? Air me out." "Karlie, you need to worry about your own man before you talk about me, okay?" And just like that, the healing brunch started unraveling. Yandy tried to jump in, raising her voice slightly. "Ladies, this is exactly what I didn't want." But Jessica cut her off with a sharp laugh. "Girl, please. You live for this. You always want to play boss lady, acting like you above the drama, but you are the drama." Everyone froze. Yandy blinked, shocked. "Excuse me?" Jessica leaned back, crossing her arms. "Yeah, I said it. You run around trying to manage people, throwing shade, then act like the victim when it backfires. We see you." The air turned thick. Even Karlie stopped sipping her drink. Jasmine smirked, clearly enjoying the show. The camera zoomed in on Yandy's face as she tried to keep it together. But her jaw tightened. "Jessica," she said calmly, "you've been walking around Atlanta starting fires and blaming everybody else when they burn out of control. I've tried to support you, but your energy always brings chaos." Jessica slammed her hand on the table. "My energy? Girl, don't do that. Don't sit up here and act holy when half the city knows you've been talking about me behind my back." That's when Karlie chimed in again, her voice cutting through the noise. "Wait, hold up. Are we talking about the same Yandy who told Spice that Jessica was jealous of her? Because, yeah, I heard that too." Jessica's head snapped toward Yandy. "So, it's true. You really said that?" Yandy's eyes widened. Karlie, you're messy. I said she was upset, not jealous. Stop twisting my words just because you want a moment. Karlie wasn't backing down. Ain't nobody twisting nothing. You said it, I heard it, and now you want to act brand new because the cameras are here. The argument escalated so fast that producers had to signal security to move closer just in case. Jasmine, who had been sitting quietly for too long, suddenly decided to jump in. Y'all arguing over who said what. Meanwhile, Jessica's been running around with information she ain't supposed to have. Jessica glared. What information? Jasmine smirked, leaning in. You told everybody that Karlie's man been in your DMs. You said he was looking for something new. Remember that? The table erupted in chaos. Karlie's eyes went wide. You, what? Jessica shot up from her chair. I didn't say that. Don't play with me, Jasmine. I will shut this whole brunch down. Yandy yelled over the noise. Everybody calm down. This is not what I bet. But before she could finish, Karlie grabbed her purse and threw it on the floor. No, let's talk about it. Jessica, you always inserting yourself into people's relationships. You did it with Jock. Now it's my man. What's your problem? Jessica pointed right back. Girl, your man been for the streets. Don't be mad because I said what everyone already knows. And just like that, drinks started flying. A glass of champagne hit the floor, followed by a loud crash as Jasmine tried to hold Karlie back. Security rushed in, but the women were too fast. Jessica lunged forward, yelling, You better keep my name out your mouth. Karlie swung her napkin in defense, and the whole table flipped, plates, glasses, cued, and food splattering across the floor. Yandy stood up, completely losing her composure. Enough. Enough. This is embarrassing. But nobody was listening. Jessica screamed, You started this. While Karlie yelled back, You lied on me. Jasmine shouted over them both. Y'all messy, all y'all messy. Producers yelled, Cut, cut. But the cameras never stopped rolling. They knew they had just captured reality TV gold dot when security finally separated everyone. The once beautiful brunch setup looked like a war zone. Food was everywhere. Chairs were overturned and half the guests had already left. Yandy stormed off in tears, yelling, I tried to bring peace and y'all turned it into a circus. Karlie was still pacing, shouting at producers, Don't cut this out. I want the world to see what she said about my man. I want the world to see what she said about my man. Jessica, with her makeup smeared and her voice hoarse, pointed at Yandy's retreating figure. That's your queen? That's the leader of the group. Please? She can't even control her own event. By the end of the scene, everyone was escorted out. The crew packed up, shaking their heads, muttering that they hadn't seen drama like this since season 8. Later that night, clips from the brunch leaked online. Fans went wild. Hashtags like hashtag YandyYVs, Jessica, and hashtag KARLIE. And Jasmine started trending. Viewers were divided. Some blamed Jessica for instigating. Others said Yandy was too controlling, and many pointed fingers at Karlie for fueling the fire. One fan tweeted that brunch was supposed to be about peace, but it turned into the Hunger Games. Another wrote, Karlie's messy, Jessica's loud, and Yandy's tired. That's the real LHHATL energy. By the end of the night, VH1's teaser clip had already hit 1 million views on social media. And just like that, what was meant to be a bonding moment became the most talked about disaster of the season. The question now, could any of these women recover from this? Or had this brunch officially ended every friendship left standing in Atlanta? The morning after the chaotic brunch, the fallout was immediate and intense. Clips of the fight between Yandy, Jessica, Karlie, and Jasmine had gone viral, and social media was exploding. Fans debated endlessly about who started it, who was in the wrong, and whether any of the women would ever be able to reconcile. The drama was no longer contained to a single brunch. It had become a full-blown ladle spectacle. And everyone wanted answers. Inside Yandy's home, she was trying to make sense of the mess. Sources say she spent the early morning hours crying over her phone, replaying the footage of Jessica slamming her hand on the table and Karlie tossing her purse across the floor. "I tried to do something good for once," she allegedly muttered to a close friend, "and it turned into this nightmare." Meanwhile, Jessica was taking a very different approach. Instead of hiding or apologizing, she posted a cryptic story on Instagram that read, "Some people just can't handle the truth." Fans instantly speculated that this was a direct shot at Yandy, who had allegedly called her out for spreading rumors and escalating conflicts. Jessica's post only added fuel to the fire, and online debates raged all morning. Karlie and Jasmine weren't staying silent either. Reports say the two had a private conversation that morning where they decided to team up against Jessica, framing themselves as the truth speakers while painting Jessica as the instigator. Karlie, known for her drama magnetism, reportedly declared if she thinks she's getting away with this, she's wrong. "We need to set the record straight." Jasmine nodded, smirking, adding, "Let her watch what real consequences feel like." The energy among the four women was toxic, and producers knew this. They scheduled an emergency meeting with all parties, hoping to get control of the narrative before it spiraled even further. According to insiders, tensions were so high during the meeting that security had to be stationed in the hallway. When cameras rolled for the reunion segment, it was obvious that no one had cooled down. Yandy opened the conversation with a shaky but firm statement. "I organized that brunch to heal, to talk, to clear the air. I did not expect violence. I did not expect the chaos we saw. And frankly, I'm disappointed in all of you." Jessica, with her signature sass, leaned back in her chair. Disappointed. Girl, please. You think you're innocent in all this? You talk about peace, but you were whispering to people about me the entire time. Karlie interjected, pointing at Jessica. See, she can't even admit it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Jessica always tries to act like the victim when she's the problem. Jasmine jumped in to support Karlie. Y'all need to face reality. Jessica stirred this mess up. She knew what she was doing, and now she's pretending like she didn't. Classic. Yandy raised her hands, exasperated. Enough. Can someone just tell me what started all of this? Without shouting? Jessica rolled her eyes. You don't get it, Yandy. You think you're above this, but you're not. You wanted peace. Peace doesn't exist with me around, apparently. I expose everything, and I don't apologize for it. The verbal sparring quickly escalated again, proving that emotions from the brunch hadn't cooled down at all. Drinks were tipped over, chairs scraped the floor, and producers frantically tried to calm the ladies. Even the crew admitted it was one of the most explosive segments they had ever filmed. Outside the studio, fans were already live-tweeting the drama. Clips of Karlie yelling at Jessica and Jasmine smirking while making side comments went viral within hours. Hashtags like hashtag YandyYVs Jessica, #Karlie and Jasmine attack, and hashtag LHHATL chaos were trending nationwide. Discussions flooded forums, with fans dissecting every word, facial expression, and gesture. A viral clip showed Yandy standing up, yelling, "I'm done," as she stormed out, leaving Jessica, Karlie, and Jasmine behind. The internet exploded. Fans praised her for walking away, calling her the only one with self-control, while others criticized her for not confronting Jessica head-on amid the chaos. Insiders revealed private tensions that had been building for months. Yandy reportedly felt Jessica had been undermining her position in the group for weeks, while Karlie and Jasmine had been harboring grudges against each other over past disagreements. The brunch had become the perfect storm, all those unresolved conflicts finally colliding in one explosive moment. By the afternoon, the network released a statement acknowledging the incident. They confirmed that security intervened multiple times, and that the reunion filming had been temporarily halted for safety reasons. They emphasized that no one had been seriously injured, but confirmed that emotions ran high and tempers flared in ways we could not anticipate. Despite the official statement, the drama didn't stop. Fans took to social media to share their opinions, theories, and alliances. Some sided with Yandy, calling her the voice of reason. Others supported Jessica, praising her for being unafraid to speak her truth. Karlie and Jasmine gained a mix of supporters and critics for their active role in escalating the feud. As the night fell, it became clear that this incident wasn't just a momentary lapse in judgment, it would define LHHATL Season 13. Producers admitted that the footage from the brunch and the heated reunion would likely dominate episodes, drawing in viewers eager to see the fallout. Rumors began circulating that cast members had received private warnings about potential legal consequences for the fight, adding even more tension to an already volatile situation by the end of the day. Yandy, Jessica, Karlie, and Jasmine were all left reflecting on the chaos. Friends close to the group said emotions were raw, relationships were strained, and alliances were shifting constantly. Each woman was questioning her next move, unsure who to trust and how to navigate the increasingly public battle, while viewers were glued to their screens. The network capitalized on the viral frenzy, teasing the next episodes with clips of shouting matches, overturned chairs, and teary confrontations. Social media engagement hit record highs, with fans debating endlessly about who is at fault and what this meant for the future of the group by the time the night ended. One thing was clear: this fight was far from over. The brunch may have ended, but the tension between Yandy, Jessica, Karlie, and Jasmine had only intensified, promising more drama, explosive confrontations, and shocking revelations as LHHATL Season 13 unfolded. The question on everyone's mind: how far will these women go to defend their reputations, friendships, and pride? And will anyone come out of this drama unscathed? The morning after the explosive brunch and the heated reunion, the cast of LHHATL Season 13 was already feeling the consequences. Social media was still ablaze with clips, reactions, and heated debates. Fans were dissecting every second of Yandy's confrontation with Jessica, Karlie's back and forth with Jasmine, and the chaotic chain reaction that had unfolded. Within hours, hashtags like #YandyYVs, Jessica, #KARLIE and Jasmine, and #LHHATL Chaos had gone viral, trending not just in Atlanta, but nationwide. Inside Yandy's home, the reality of what had happened was setting in. Friends close to her revealed that she spent hours replaying footage of Jessica mocking her, Karlie tossing her purse, and Jasmine smirking as chaos erupted. "I organized that brunch to make peace," she allegedly told a confidant, "and look what it became. I feel like I failed everyone, including myself." But Yandy wasn't the only one dealing with the aftermath. Jessica had doubled down, posting stories on Instagram that read, "Truth hurts, but some people can't handle it." Her cryptic messages only fueled speculation, with fans convinced she was calling out Yandy directly. Within minutes, discussion boards and Twitter feeds exploded. Some viewers praised Jessica for being fearless and honest, while others called her a walking powder keg who deliberately incited chaos. Meanwhile, Karlie Redd and Jasmine Ellis were plotting their next moves. Sources close to production revealed that the two met privately to strategize how to defend themselves while continuing to paint Jessica as the instigator. Karlie reportedly said she thinks she's slick, but the world is about to see who really started this mess. Jasmine nodded, adding, "We can't let her spin this against us. This is our chance to expose her for what she really is." The tension among the women spilled over into their daily interactions. Crew members on set described the atmosphere as electric. Every glance, every whisper, and every movement was scrutinized. The fear of another outburst loomed over everyone, with producers reminding the cast that any further physical altercations could result in suspension or even legal consequences. When filming resumed, the cameras captured raw emotions. Yandy, determined to regain control of her narrative, confronted Jessica again. "You want to act like this is all my fault?" she demanded, her voice trembling with anger and frustration. "You've done nothing but stir up drama, and now you're trying to play the victim. This ends now." Jessica, unfazed, leaned back in her chair. "I didn't start this. I told the truth. And if anyone can't handle it, that's their problem." Karlie jumped in, pointing at Jessica. "See, she can't even admit her part. She always acts like she's innocent when she's the problem. I've had enough." Jasmine added fuel to the fire. "And don't forget, she's been talking behind everyone's back for months. Y'all are just now seeing it." The verbal assault escalated rapidly, with voices rising and gestures becoming more aggressive. Security remained on high alert, but the women were too quick, their anger too intense. Chairs scraped the floor, glasses rattled, and every word seemed to hit harder than the last dot. By mid-afternoon, the production team made a difficult decision. They paused filming to allow everyone to cool down. Despite the break, social media continued to dissect the drama. Clips of Karlie shouting, Jasmine smirking, and Jessica pointing fingers were shared across platforms, each clip more explosive than the last. Fans debated fiercely over who was at fault, who was justified, and whether any of the women could salvage their reputations. Insiders revealed that tensions were not only personal, but also professional. Yandy reportedly felt that Jessica had been undermining her leadership among the cast for weeks, while Karlie and Jasmine harbored grudges over previous disagreements. The brunch incident had acted as a catalyst, exposing